Now, let's have a chat about the artwork. The illustrations for New Tokyo 2130 are by artists Eferlo and Talaz Bragol. Now, they really suit this adventure, but the two artists, the main artists, their official first names are not publicly credited, so I haven't really got an awful lot of information about them. All I know is I like their artwork. There are about 60 images depicting all the different monsters from this abyssal rift, which features quite heavily in this game book. And the book is filled with all these illustrations detailing more than 100 images of characters, landscapes, monsters. The illustrations are from different artists as well as those two main ones, and you'll find no AI artwork whatsoever, which is good. The amazing artwork in this really helps elevate and expand on the universe that the two authors have created here, and it works kind of hand to hand with all the adventures that you will experience. Now, I've got this favourite picture here. It's actually also the cover of the 6th volume, the lore book, and it kind of just jumps out as like a striking cyberpunk, almost Akira style look to it. It's got that manga feel. I think it's just brilliant, and all the artwork is like this, but this one for me really jumps off the page and kind of says this is what this book is all about. So if you like this kind of artwork, you'll love the book. Yeah, amazing. Right, likes and dislikes for New Tokyo 2130. I utterly love the immersive atmosphere in this book. It delivers a deep, kind of gritty, Blade Runner-esque style experience that makes you genuinely feel like you are living in this cyberpunk metropolis. It's got that high replayability as well. All the campaigns, like roughly, 30 to 50 hours worth of play in this book. But you won't even scratch the surface in your first playthrough. Oh no, which kind of guarantees all those subsequent playthroughs. The streamlined feel to it compared to its predecessor, it's quite a dense book, this one. Fans of the author's previous work, that Expeditionary Company that these two fellas wrote previously, a lot of the fans say that they actually found it easier to get into New Tokyo 2130 rather than Expeditionary Company. So that says a lot. However, it is a bit of a financial and time constraint. So of course you've got to fork out for these 5 volumes. So there's a bit of an investment there. It's not too bad. I think they're about 15 quid each. So yeah, you get one for your birthday, one for Father's Day, or Mother's Day, one for Christmas, And you got the time constraint as well. You've got to put some time in for this book. But it can feel a bit overwhelming because of that sandbox nature that kind of opens up this world. But because you need these kind of 500-page books all open at once to kind of cross-reference and jump between, it's like a bit of a physical job. Sometimes it can feel more like an exercise and then pure reading. But I don't mind it, and there are ways around it. For example, if you look at volume 2, I've just put little sticky labels in where I know I've got to jump back to, so I don't have to leaf through the book every 5 minutes. I can just look at the label and think, oh yeah, there's my apartment on reference 500. I can jump straight to that. So there's little things you can do that can get around those little niggly points. Right, fun facts. Now, I mentioned a setting book of New Tokyo 2130. There is a PDF for it, and I will put that in the description. So if you want to check that out, you can. It's like a companion. It kind of complements this main game book. And it's obviously written by Rick Soll and David Valesco. And you don't need it to read the game book. It's just there as a companion. But it will give you a kind of deeper understanding into this world that you're about to explore. It'll give you kind of like a historical context on those 3rd and 4th World Wars, so you can find out how that all kicked off. It'll tell you a bit about the Japanese society, the colonies on Mars, and you can also learn about all the biotechnology, the cyborgs, and all the implants that you can pick up in this game. And it even touches on religion, like in the nano machines, so much. The setting book is absolutely full, crammed with rich descriptions, colour artwork, and even tips on gameplay. Now, there's also some secondary objectives for a little fun fact. They vary from game to game. So while you're completing your missions, saving your money and earning those emigration to Mars points, you can also search for clues to help you complete your secondary objectives. And there's 3 to choose from. So the first one is described as this. In the past, you sold your genetic material to this major corporation, granting them permission to experiment with it. As you do, now you're kind of curious about what they've done with it, so you can investigate that. And there's little clues scattered throughout the missions every so often where you'll get a lead, and you can find out what has come of your information, of the data, your cyber data. The other one is to seek revenge against a captain who falsely accused you of espionage and betrayal on the Empire. So after a brutal interrogation, you were released without charges because of lack of evidence, but you kind of want to get vengeance. So that's another a secondary objective if you fancy it. And then the final one, if you want to take this one, is you've been trying to locate a childhood friend of yours and you lost touch as teenagers and you just want to find out what has become of her. So you've got that as well. So they kind of just add flavour to the overall story, they make it a little bit more real. Right, let's summarise this book and give it a score out of 10. So, if you love open world, now actually it's not open world, it's sandbox, it's more than open world. If you like that kind of tabletop solo adventure like the Fabled Lands and Destiny Quest, and you don't mind a heavy rules system, then New Tokyo 2130 is for you. It is an incredibly rewarding and massive game experience. However, if you're looking for a casual, light narrative, pick a path book, the complexity might weigh you down a little. This game book is not a linear journey. It's rather a living labyrinth almost. And to navigate it, you will need all 5 volumes, like I mentioned, that kind of make up this saga. And since the missions, the encounters, and all the secrets of New Tokyo are distributed among them, you're going to be flipping between them all the time. The narrative can jump from one volume to another, following the path that you choose. And there is that setting world book I mentioned, which, it's not necessary to play, but is recommended because it kind of expands on the city and all its corporations and the districts and all the secrets in a lot greater detail. New Tokyo is not simply another run-of-the-mill gamebook, rather a sandbox on paper. It's like a hybrid. It's taken the gamebook, the gamebook of old days, and spliced it with some tabletop gaming. So if you like both of those things, this book is for you. It is a huge gamebook, breaking all those previous boundaries, and at 2,800 references, this is more than just your average choose your adventure. It's similar to the sort of original concept of a gamebook, but kind of reworked into a solo role-playing experience almost. There is so much gameplay packed into these 5 volumes. You've got your 70 narrative missions, you've got your 30 monster missions, and of course those 3 secondary objectives that I mentioned. And with this sandbox approach, you will find that you will never experience the same adventure twice. It's impossible. You cannot do it. The book has that kind of classic hub mechanic, otherwise known as Section 500 of your apartment. Let me read a couple actually. So just to give you an idea of the things you can do in your apartment, it's a breakup of limited and unlimited options. So for example, you can start out by getting some missions, finding out what they are, see how much time has elapsed. So you can pay for some expenses, maybe pay your utility bills, see if something random happens. There's like 100 different random things that could happen while you're in your downtime. Yeah, check your missions. You can make online purchases and they're delivered straight to your door, so you're ready for your next mission. Work on your relationship with your techo partner. You can nurture your friendship with your doctor. You can watch your favourite TV show, Futokon Fight. And then you've got your limited actions, so the stuff that you can only do every so often. So you've got things like, like recover endurance points, you can train, go to the gym, you can go into the city, and the city is a breakdown of like 100 different places. You can go to the cinema, you can go to a restaurant, you can go to a ninja star throwing competition. And it's not just fillers, these all add to the story, so you can gain experience and skills and knowledge from these little trips around New Tokyo. It's just amazing, honestly. You just lose yourself in this. But it's almost like those games. I'm going to show my age here. On my PlayStation 2, I had a game called Age of Empires 2, and it was one of those games where you played it and 5 hours went by without you realizing that's what this book is like. You play it and you'll go on a mission and then you'll succeed or not. You go back to your apartment, you'll have some fun, go to the gym, whatever. Then you'll go on another mission and think, oh, I'll do a bit more. And then all of a sudden, it's 3 a.m. You've got to go to work in the morning. That's what it's like. It's so immersive that you just get lost in it. I don't know, maybe that's a bad point. I don't get fired or divorced or something. But yeah, it is a huge game book. That's that classic hub system. The missions where you decide to take them are almost like mini game books in themselves. Now, generally between 10 and 30 references, each are drastically different from the next. Another incredible point about this game book, the author manages, with all those missions, they both manage to write these narrative missions, but they're all different, they're all fresh. They don't kind of feel like, oh, this is like the one I did 3 missions back. It's not like that. It's just amazing. It's more than a game book. The scope is immense, and you will need to invest a lot of time, in this venture. If you're a game book fan, you're kind of looking for something new and more involved, then this is it for you. Literally, this is it. It's this or watch Blade Runner. Yeah, the world is fully developed. The combat, the game mechanics are more advanced. Your choices are relevant and they feel meaningful. The combat is perfectly suited. I honestly found that time disappearing, as I read this game book. The adventure is kind of steeped in so much history that you feel the world has always been there and will continue to exist when you finish your mission or not. I'm not sure how both of these authors conjured up such a vibrant cyberpunk world, but I'm awfully glad they did. And I can't wait to see what they do next. So, I've never given a book 10 out of 10. But this is going to get a 10. There's nothing bad about this book, not really. It's such an epic saga that it deserves nothing less. So yeah, I'm going to give this book a 10 out of 10 for New Tokyo 2130. And that is my review. But I do want to give a little shout out. There's a YouTuber. His site is called Always Bored, Never Boring. And he's into his game boards, but he also loves game books as well. He's worth checking out. I will put his link in the description. He's really good. He's kind of got one of those voices that you just get absorbed in and you end up watching like 10 of his videos on the trot. But yeah, he's got a lot of description. He's a lot of passion for these game books and board games. So if you think that's something that you might like, I would check him out. Always bored, never boring. Right, I hope you liked that review. If you did, give it a thumbs up and please comment. Tell me what you thought of this book, or if after watching this video you might think about buying this series of books. And share out the channel. If you like the channel, maybe think about subscribing. And that is the end of my review. There are no more books, but who's to say? Rick Soul and Dave Velasco may come up with another book. But until that time, I'll catch you in the next review.